Okay, 1547, good luck. So let's hope we get an honest opponent for this game. It's a bit of a gibberish username. Let's hope that's not a sign of things to come. There's more than enough games on the account to establish a rating. What was that? 725 games. So we have the Reti opening with white. Attacks the knight. I think we just develop still here. Queen up is a move I've played before just to cover, which is fine. We can play pawn up, but I'm just going to develop the bishop. If he takes, we'll just take. We get a nice big pawn block here if we need it. He can take here as well. It's just very common to sack the b pawn in the Reti. Now I'm going to do this and this and just get developed. I'll just play the opening fairly quickly here. There is a check there as well, I'm aware of that, but you can block it and there's no immediate knockout to shift the knight, so that's why I didn't play that there. So let's just make sure we can castle, then we can try and worry about what to do, maybe get the knight forward. Okay, he chooses to take, so I guess we just take back there. Again, we're just still looking at castle here. He might even go queenside here. I'll just chuck the pawn up if he does, preparing the bishop up. He has gone kingside though. I think that still seems like a good move. He should really counter it, otherwise there's a risk of the diagonal. He's missed it. So we can actually go here and get on the diagonal. He might have done a mouse slip there. He might have been aware of that. He might have just mouse slipped. So we win an exchange here. So pawn up seems logical. Rook across seems logical. Pawn up here, the queen guards, but it allows rook across and you push, we can take. Here, down, here. Yeah, I don't like that actually. I'm going to push the pawn, then try and activate the two rooks, something like this. Okay, he's played across. So let's bring the rook over. Then this rook over. Well, you see if he guards his pawn. He has. So play this one over now. We're just trying to undermine this knight. So maybe a move like pawn up and then take, something like that. So he dropped his knight back. So is f4 move? That's the candidate move that I'm looking at. Excuse me. So f4. If we lose a pawn, we can gain a knight. He could take back this way, or he could take with the queen and we can take back here. So if we lose a pawn, gain a knight, trade everything here, take, 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 everything simplifies and there's a potential back rank mate threat. Looks like a good move to me if I've calculated it out correctly. So if that rook falls as a mate threat here, if it opens, he just launches it though. So we can en passant, or we can take this way and try and push this pawn here. I favour that method as well as taking here. So here, here, and maybe just run. But we could en passant, say you go here, takes, takes, takes. Actually, en passant might be best so we don't have this weak pawn. Yeah, let's just keep it simple and do that and then try and take this way at some point. If he goes with a knight here, we could go this, but he's gone with the pawn. Okay, I think we want to get rid of this knight and then try and grab a pawn here. And now we're threatening to push on. So we've got the pawn back and we're in exchange up, but rook versus knight, or two rooks versus rook and knight. But he has got dangerous material potentially here. So f4 is probably good. I like f4 actually. Although queen up guards and it creates a threat, doesn't it? What does he do if we play queen up instead? If he pushes, we're okay to take, but queen up we guard, we attack. And how does he guard his pawn? Actually, on reflection, I don't think he can, not easily. So I'm going to play queen there just to attack the pawn. I don't see quite what he does with that. So he's played knight forward, so do we not just collect here? Again, there's no obvious triangulation that I'm seeing, so I'm going to take. I might be missing something, of course, but if we can just step across somewhere and pawn up. Even if we lose the one pawn, we support the other two. It could be 2 against 2. Yeah, he's pushed forward, but that just blunders, doesn't it? If I take, he takes, I take here. And he's got a back rank issue, so he's just blundered the knight, I think. But let's double check it. If he takes back, we simply take the rook and it's a back rank checkmate. So we can sacrifice the queen temporarily for a piece. But obviously he can't take back. He'll realise now. So he might just resign. Now it is in an arena, so he might get on with the next game. Just trying to be aware of tactics. So he's playing on. So we can just grab a pawn here now. Again, I just don't see any tricks. If everything trades his back rank issues, so I think it's fine to take. If he takes now, we don't go here. He's covered that. But now we can take another one. But what if he takes here? Are we better off blocking then? I think we are actually. Oh, he's just resigned. He does enough, yeah. I'm looking at rook here rather than grabbing a pawn, just because he can undermine our pawn chain here. And here, if he took the pawn, we just take the rook. If he trades, he takes, we've got a back rank threat. But he resigned anyway, so let's just see what it was in engine language. So there was 25 moves. They're the move times for both players. So let's request an analysis. Yeah, it's very common to sack the b4 pawn in a reti. The engine might say it's a bit of a mistake, but it's quite a common concept. Yeah, 93 versus 82 on the accuracy. Yeah, so the engine just prefers, you can see g3 here rather than bishop to b2. So plus 0.3, we've lost half a point for that move. But trade here. Again, the engine does prefer to just play up and guard your pawn. But in a lot of reti openings, it's quite common just to sack this pawn, just to go for basic development. Now we've got a blunder here with a6. I have a feeling he might have mouse slipped. He might have meant to go a5 because he's aware of this and you can block. So he might have just done a simple mouse slip there. And with that, we're suddenly +2 better, and it's just a case of then trying to convert the game without messing up. So we're just looking for logical, common sense moves. Yeah, he should have taken here instead of advancing the pawn. And here we should have not done the en passant. We should have just taken this way and maybe pushed the pawn, and that's the other idea I was looking at. So it's here, isn't it? Well, the engine again just prefers rook across because the pawn is guarded. That's what we should have done. So we're just trading down here. And then we managed to just win a piece, and then it's basically game over there. And like I say, that's the move I'm actually looking at. Let's see what the top recommendation is. Either take the pawn or centralize in d5 and go here. They're the two top recommended moves, both +7 and a bit. So at our level, not a bad game, not a bad game. It's really just one mistake from our opponent, and that was enough in this one. So unlucky there.